Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Marco here from Picsonix Studios, and if anybody's new to the channel, basically, my name is Marco from Picsonix Studios, and currently I'm working on a game called Planet Iridium. Planet Iridium is a third-person top-down survival game, very fantasy sci-fi based. And the purpose of the game is basically mining resources is very valuable sought after to sell back to planet Earth. And also the game's focused heavy on manufacturing, close quarter combat, and base management. Later down the line, obviously, you'll be tasked in the game also to colonize the planet, but that feature is still being worked on. At the moment, you'll be managing and building an underground base, and then later down the line, as soon as the game releases into early access, we are planned on making the top surface biomes and everything available for everybody to play on. So yeah, and for those who don't know, we are currently running a crowdfunding campaign over on Quicket. A link will be in the description. So if you want to get your hands on the closed beta testing of the game and be a part of that, and hopefully also be a part of the development of the game, please head over to our campaign and give us some support. We have various reward tiers on the campaign. I think it's on the rewards and perks little section. I'll probably showcase it on the screen. And then once you make a donation, an email will be sent to you with a verification of it, and then we'll keep you posted when all of the beta testing and everything goes live. So if you don't want to miss out to it, does end the 7th of next month, which is, if I double check here on my good and golden calendar, will be the 7th of April? No? Yeah, April. No? May. Blonde moment. Oh my gosh. So yeah, if you don't want to miss out on that, do head over to our campaign. The campaign's only live till the 7th of May. It was initially the 30th, but some people did ask us to extend it. So yeah, you do have time to get your hands on all of that cool stuffies. Just to recap again, we are planned on doing beta testing of the game for the alpha version in July, I think, if I can remember correct. Yeah, July. And then the game's scheduled to launch to Steam in August. But updates of that will come closer to the time. So yeah, let us get into what the video is all about today. Now, I did mention in the previous video that I am currently working on a base building system, and for those who watched the previous video would know that unfortunately I had some issues in that, which caused me to kind of redo the whole thing. It didn't take long, just a few hours of work gone into it to redo everything, etc. And it seems to be working a-okay. One thing I am going to mention before I start showcasing everything is I had some comments with the video quality being a bit iffy. That's because the PC I'm currently using is not the best. It gets the job done, let's put it that way. So unfortunately I kind of have to keep my environment as empty as possible. I had some comments on people asking why is the place so empty always. Is that how the game's really going to look? And no, that's not how the game's going to look. It's just unfortunately I have to keep draw calls down as minimal as possible so that the video is as less laggy as possible. But yeah, just to get that out there. So if we head into the game, we can basically walk over to this table with the computer on it. Now everything basically in the game will be based around terminals. So when it comes to logistic management or managing your units that you gain over time, their tasks and everything, base building, power management, etc., everything will be handled through various different terminals, like the economy system, etc. So if we head over to this terminal and start constructing, you'll basically be transported over to a base building controller. In this controller, WASD is the normal move around, and then right click, if you hold right click down and look around, that'll be the rotation of it. I might adjust camera angles later down the line, but we'll see how that goes. But for the time being, this is how it looks. Do excuse the UI look of things. This is not how it's going to look in the game. This is basically just for me to kind of test out the system. Basically, all of the UI in the game will be reworked and we'll basically try and keep it as consistent as possible. So it looks good. So yeah, basically the idea behind this is these buttons you'll see here next to on the side of the screen will basically indicate different categories of objects that you'll be able to build, like architecture items, or some base walls, doors, etc. Excuse the spelling, I'm a dyslexic. But yeah, this will be for base building. Then I'll have another one for terminals. All of the different terminals you'll be able to place machinery and logistics, and then odds and ends like storage units and lights, etc. And just basic accessories. Well, anyway, so yeah, that's basically the layout that I'll have. If you click on one of these, it'll basically display another column and collapse all of the other buttons. But for the time being, I'm using these buttons just to showcase some objects in the game. Now, I can bring in various objects like a pillar, solid wall, and then a wall with a doorway in here. Each time you click on it and bring it in, it basically shows a little ghost of the object. Now, if you hit R, you can rotate it. Hit right click, that'll cancel the operation. And then obviously place it with left click. At any time, if you want to delete anything, shift click will do that for you. I still have to do the refunding and the cost of each object as well, so that will also come in the future. But for the time being, that is it. Then also there's obviously collision on it to an extent, so I can build various shapes in it. Now, here's the thing that I've also put into the game that kind of is there for the pleasure of it, to kind of improve gameplay, because obviously because I make survival games, I also enjoy playing survival games. The only gritty thing that I have about certain survival games is their snapping system. Sometimes the snapping system can be very, very finagly. I'm not gonna name game names, but I guess some of you might be familiar with certain ones. Sometimes the snapping system's pretty whack, so I tried making the snapping system as easy as possible, so that when you build a base, it's actually nice to build a base, and easy to build a base. So what I did do is make a snapping grid, basically, where the object will snap to a certain grid. And also down here you'll have two little buttons which you then can adjust the size of that grid. So if I want to move it in bigger, like integers, then I will be able to. If I want to very micro adjust where I want this thing to be placed, I can. And then yeah, same obviously for all of the other objects. Another thing that I did add into the game is moving the object. So if you control click on an object, you'll be able to move it around. Right clicking will return it back to its original place, and left click will obviously just make it spawn on the new location. Only thing I still need to sort out is collision. Collision I'm finding a bit tricky at the moment. So if I place that object, obviously it can clip. And also another thing I would like is to return this to a ghost object, which is also something that I need to still work on. Another feature that I did, well, if you guys saw that now, Another feature I added in here is when you move or place objects, whatever the last rotation of the object was, that's the rotation that the item will spawn in as. So this is, for instance, if you want to build a wall in, say now, this direction. Come on. Say now you want to build a wall in this direction. Crud. So the reason why I did that is so that if you want to say now build a wall in this direction now, or this angle, that each time you spawn in a new object, it doesn't get affected with the original rotation of the object. So what I mean with that is if I have to restart the game now, hit play, just run back to my terminal here. From default, each time an object spawns in, it spawns into this rotation. Now in some games when you do build, every time you drag in an item or place an item, it spawns into the default rotation, which in some cases can be annoying. So another feature that I added is if you're building a wall in this direction, that everything will spawn in that direction, making building a base easier and obviously a lot more fun, in my opinion. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think of everything. That's pretty much the whole overview of everything. So hopefully that wasn't too long of a video, but yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Also, don't forget to leave a like, comment, share the video, and yeah, if you're interested, check out our campaign page. I'll also leave a link in the description to our Discord for any of those who wishes to join the Discord. We'd love to have you guys there and communicate with you one-on-one. And yeah, till next time, stay safe and enjoy.